Hello, 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 hello. How are you today? It is, of course, Dinosaur News, 3rd edition. I'll be looking you in the eye in a second as soon as I get rid of all the fiddly damn technical aspects. Dinosaur News, 3rd episode. 19th of February, 2014. How can you have faith in a guy who can't pin his dates down well? Well, it's all a new world now that we're doing it 5 days a week. I don't know how some of the broadcasters in the States in the white right, the patriotic cause, manage longer. It's tricky stuff. Nice of you to tune in and your busy schedules, getting the money to pay your mortgage. Hey, you'll notice I don't have the big thick turtleneck on today that my dearly beloved deceased, I guess she passed away in the mid-90s, but she left me a terrific memento, that beautiful hand-knit sweater. So it's not quite as cold in central Ontario cottage country today, maybe 25 Fahrenheit. So I can't cry to you all today about super freezing. We're hanging on. British People's League is proud to bring these daily dinosaur news reports. Now look, we're leaving the dastardly deed news, the horrific slayings, multi-cult slaughtering whites, more so in the States, but up here in the big cities as well. We leave that for your Drudge Report, your daily news out there in the real world. Yes, we live in our own world, we patriots. We're disavowed by family members, we're disavowed by former friends. But we have new friends now, you people out there. You are our family now. You are our friends now, because we of heritage, we of pride, we of courage and distinction, remembering our ancestors in the proper way, the due respect due to them. We're here. We're here together. We're all doing our thing, aren't we? We've got terrific researchers in the Ottawa area, keen young activists in Western Canada ready to roll. Our favorite broadcaster in waiting, Sarah in Oshawa. We still have our team. We're just waiting for the inevitable day that will come when the funds are available and we can do our 2 van plans. Now you can look them up. I just had a look at Sambo out of the corner of my eye. He seems to know that these broadcasts are important, so then he really tears the place apart. The purpose of the Dinosaur News, to repeat again, is to build up other groups, other white patriot groups that we feel are doing well, as we constantly do with candor.org.uk. They've got their finger on the pulse of the British patriot groups overseas, and that's why we stick with them. And we united some time ago as friends, and that's the way it is. Now in the States, I've put in plugs for other groups quite a bit lately. Today I just want to put in a plug for the League of the South. Right now I've got my spray bottle, and I'll have to squirt little Sambo to take off while we get through this broadcast, which is a pleasure. Doing the bi-weekly, that became a frustration waiting so long, every couple of weeks. So now we're doing the blurb every day, and those steady friends out there know I packed in the day job December 20th. I used January to catch up on a lot of household items. Still haven't caught up. The kitchen looks like a hurricane hit it. However, we're here for you. I know you're there for the British People's League. As friends, we will grow. We are getting more listeners slowly but surely. But I don't go so much by listenership and viewership. I'm more keen on the emails from good people. The email address, britishcanada@gmail.com. britishcanada@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of this fresh approach, Dinosaur News. If there's any particular item that you wish to be brought up, let us know. britishcanada@gmail.com. I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball today. A lot of the pro-white groups around the world, and they're building, they go on the aspect of, well, we must have equal rights. After all, the multicults are getting soaring rights, so surely we can have equal rights. Well, I'm going to use stronger terminology. Tied in with the lengthy but beautiful poem that I read out yesterday as to the white man's inventions, etc., and those of British stock, the writers, Shakespeare, Dickens, the courageous men of the sea, Nelson, the inventors, the white race is superior. The white race is superior. And certainly those of British stock in the 1900s, the early 1900s, when Britain ruled the waves, certainly showed British whites were pretty superior. Along with our European cousins, we were the inventors, the writers that mattered, creators of the medicine. As the poem, click in Dinosaur News number 2 yesterday, the 18th February. The poem told it all. We're not on an equal footing with all the other races. Yes, as Sarah from Oshawa said in the summer video, yes, we respect the other races. Each race has something to contribute if they want to. If the other races want to climb out of their primitive aspects. Some have done so in their native countries. But many of the multicults have brought the horror from their homelands over here to North America and into the motherland Britain, and it's not appreciated. And the backlash from the white people around the globe is forming. As proudly stated yesterday, the Swiss people passed a referendum and a democratic vote to stop immigration from the Third World through the European Union. And then we've got the gunboats, good old Aussies, the gunboats. I'm wearing the good old Aussie hat. The gunboats of Australia, pushing back the little ships or whatever the hell you want to call them, makeshift boats. Boats is more like it, of course. Boats, hardly. Crammed full of would-be invaders. Excuse me, we'll have to give Sambo another little squirt. He's getting pretty bold. The invaders are stopped by the Aussie gun patrols. They're picked up from their rickety makeshift raft type of boats, taken right back to Indonesia and Java and dumped on the beach. That's the way to do our Aussies. Way to go, Aussies! I got to give some credit to the Conservative government in power, the federal government of Canada, under our constitutional monarchy. Harper is slowly but surely pinning down little here and there's on the immigration. Yes, it's not what you and I would do, strong white right would do, but take what we can get as an interlude until we become the strong and powerful lobby force that we are going to become. How can I say it so clearly? Because it's human nature throughout history. You can't squash a people and not expect a backlash. We intend to keep the backlash civil. This is when white people en masse protest. Those of our philosophy, that is. Some liberals will want in on it. They'll think, well, you know, a multicultural just beat up my son, so perhaps I better have a look into what the white race is doing here in Canada land in particular. The British groups are fighting back. They always have internal problems. The National Front in Britain is still the best name. Hope they can get over this squabbling about who's entitled to the name, etc. But there's your best bet in Britain to Google into, and again, the best bet in the States, try Legal the South. Google in Legal the South. But here on in, no more, you know, hey, we're white, we'd like to be treated equally. Your son should be allowed to apply as a fireman or a policeman or whatever without being squeezed out because he's a white male. We just want to be treated equally. No. We want to be treated better. We created all of modern civilization and we demand better. And we are going to have our demands met. Pipe dream? No. Over the weekend it happened in Australia. It happened in Switzerland. It's going to happen in Canada. It's going to happen in Britain. The right combination, the right time in history is going to happen. And I'm going to be alive, gray hair and all, to see it happen, as are my friends in Ottawa, in Montreal, in Alberta, in British Columbia, in Bristol, in the motherland, in Brighton in the motherland, in Leeds. As Candor's masthead says, Britons around the globe. Those who care will unite and take a stand, and we are taking a stand. Our 2 van plans are in our past YouTubes. There's not that many YouTubes. You could take the time to go through if you're interested. Well, you must be, or you wouldn't be watching today. So, this is my second attempt. The video has not conked out at this moment, so we'll just keep plugging along here. Well, as regular viewers know, I have not done as others have to do, and I will have to do, made a plea for donations of some kind. I've talked to our blind list of advisors, and it's been suggested to me that the best way to go is project, one project at a time. And at this point, with all of the videos backed up into this computer, it's going on 4.5 years now, this Dell computer. We don't want it to crash. My memory stick is overloaded. I am now full-time for the cause, so my pension just covers the mortgage. We've had the odd little contribution in the last year. What I'm asking today is for you to consider and think about with your friends the possibility of acquiring for the British People's League a new computer through Dell, or around $500 to $600. I'll try and pitch in, of course, myself, but as I say, with just the pension money, it's pretty hard to keep the building here. So I'd just like you to think about it. You can donate through the homepage, BritishPeoplesLeague.com. There's the PayPal. Or you can mail a contribution to, well, checks made out to John Beattie, Beattie. I'm going to open a new account at the bank with the first nice donation. The new account will say John Beattie / British People's League. So as long as my name's attached to it, no one's going to come along and take us over, as has happened in the National Front situation with problems there. It's the only reason my name will be on the British People's League account. Someone has to handle the affairs until I'm beyond help, and one of the blind list will step in, no doubt about it. So if you decide to mail, snail mail, it's John Beattie, Beattie, P.O. Box 691. You must have the box on there. You know our house address is listed in various videos or whatever on the homepage. But it's a small village. There is not door-to-door delivery. So it's P.O. Box 691, Minden, M-I-N-D-E-N, Minden, Ontario, Canada. Minden, M-I-N-D-E-N, Ontario, Canada. K-O-M, postal code K-O-M, that's Kiss Our Mothers. K-O-M 2-K-O. K-O-M 2-K-O. And anything you could help with, even if you want to put in the bottom of your check memo section towards computer, that'd be great. And then there are those who don't want to be identified at all. Well, just, wrap your donation paper money in a nice concealed envelope, wrapped in a sheet of paper, whatever. I must say, in all the years that activity for our British root peoples, I've never had a dime stolen through the mail or anything of that nature. Never. In decades that I've been at it. So be assured that if you just want to send cash that way, that would be fine too. Okay, so we'll try not to make that pitch. Maybe we'll only make the pitch once a week. Back to the theme of today's news, dinosaur news. Be proud that you are of British stock. Be proud you are British white, as we are proud of our European cousins. I've had to think that over carefully because so many patriotic groups have talked about, we just want equal treatment. No. It's been festering inside me. We're better, okay? We're better. Now, I'm not talking about the exceptions to the rule of real white trash. We're not talking about people that beat their women and are just nasty. We're talking about average, decent people. Average, decent white people. We are superior. Anybody doesn't think so has got a reality problem. Just listening to that poem again from yesterday. Do we need the public to be informed and educated? I'm a maverick in the right-wing groups. People see what's going on. They just turn a blind eye. Of course everyone sees what's going on. In the news, they can't avoid it. Slaughter of whites by home invasions, etc. all over the Western world. It's time to gather in the sheaves. That's why we push the van plans for the picketing in the white villages and the being seen as a group in the eateries of the bigger plazas in the open air to show that just ordinary people, but superior people. We're proud of our whiteness. We're proud of our white heritage. We're proud of our British heritage, along with our European cousins. And without sending out an individual bulletin to you on the blind list, always remember, if you're on that blind list, you're trusted. So you're welcome to drop by. Well, if you don't feel like going on a video with yours truly, you can certainly come for a visit just the same and we can yak away. It's worked in the past. We've had a few visits this past winter. So it's a new spring and summer coming up. And let's make it a very enlightening one, positive one. As they say, we leave the negative news, the gloom, the doom, the murder, the economy, the slime out there to the regular news broadcasters. We're here, Dinosaur News, British People's League, we're here to uplift your spirits. It is not hopeless. I don't care how many of our people intermarry with the third world types, how many of third world babies, etc. We're talking to those who have remained pure to themselves, who have remained white, bright, and beautiful. And on that happy note, I bid you good day from the Dinosaur News Centre headquarters in central Ontario, Canada, cottage country, on this February 19th, 2014. We'll be at you tomorrow, February the 20th. Thanks for tuning in. Keep your chin up Keep your white chin up. We are winning.